Much better. I was telling him I went out and seen Rachel.
Say good afternoon.
Well, I'll tell you what, she's a
Good
gift.
afternoon.
I adore Rachel.
I love her.
Get mixed up on was day or night.
She is absolutely awesome.
My cousin used to say if he didn't go to church on Sunday, it took him to Wednesday to figure out what day.
Well, I had to talk to her.
True, too.
That's why we had it at 2:15. She's closing down at 2 o'clock.
Oh,
She said
okay.
she run away.
Well, we're waiting for the chime, the clock to chime, 2:15.
Oh, Becca's not here yet.
I got 2:14, so there's a minute there around there on this
Okay.
one.
You want me to try and tell her?
David, you're
No, she'll be
wrong.
here.
Yeah, everyone, yeah.
For the chime.
I made it in and I didn't get them wet, but they're dirty.
Well, I tell you, that's all done is rain. I'll tell you, I'm gonna start gathering up animals.
Bob, are you off this week? From what? On vacation?
Today, yeah.
Are you? Well, you were here 2 days ago. You had that day off too?
No, I just wanted to know.
Are you finished with work by that time yet, like Tuesday?
No, I just went to work earlier so I could leave early. Yeah, we had this option of swinging either an hour earlier or an hour later.
He
So.
said first.
I told him. I said, you know what, Tom, I don't care if a Pakistani in by that damn store.
I watched that movie about Tecumseh last night. That was pretty good on the History Channel. It told about that Battle of Fallen Timbers. And boy, they did a good job in showing that.
Anthony Wayne.
That's on the History Channel.
You know why it was
Winston,
called Falling Timbers?
I heard there was a tornado that went through the area.
Oh, she brought.
But you know, Lowell, it was so well done. You know, normally they
Oh, no,
screw
he
it
has
when it
to
shows up. It
physically
was
sign
very
up because
well
he's the
done.
mayor. These are actually.
Even though it was adjourned, it says adjourned by.
Oh my gosh, those are giant buckeyes.
Okay, I'll put that on.
That's awfully sweet of you. Thank you, Becky.
You're welcome. You know Wacky
Yes.
Wanda that does the
thank
chocolates?
you.
Why did I not change that?
Is this called Paloma?
Oh, those look so
Got
good.
something coming up. Oh dear.
So
I
sweet.
don't need paper.
Right on camera, we accepted.
Uh-oh.
A tree.
When I got
Okay,
my
I got
pop
it.
sitting
I'll
right
make
there in
note of
front of
that.
everybody.
Easter comes early for me. Thank you, hon.
These are
These look so good.
Thank you.
I gained 3 pounds.
I love,
Yeah, it's got heart attack written on it.
I love chocolate and peanut butter. It's like one of my favorite.
They look delicious.
Don't let Misty know. Just don't
Thank
let
you
Misty
very
know.
much.
Thank you, Becky.
crazy day over there. Sorry.
Yeah, I can relate.
I'm glad it wasn't at 2 or 5.
Me too.
Oh yeah, it's 2:15.
It is.
We'll call this meeting to order on March
Just staying up,
29th,
right?
2018, and you'll join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all, and be seated. And I'll remind myself to turn the sound off on my telephone.
Oh, I need to do that too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's on my agenda. Yes. Yes, you did. I thought you did. Okay.
I'm like, that's my
Okay.
brain.
Okay. Okay. Roll call, please.
Lowell,
I'm here.
Tom,
Present.
David,
Here.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Here.
and Becky.
Here.
All are present.
Thank you very much. Now, we don't have any executive sessions called, but we all realize that this is a special council meeting for the purpose of, first, you had a wastewater / or utility meeting on March 27th. I need a motion to approve the minutes that you have in your packet of that committee meeting. I need a motion to accept that. Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank
Okay,
you.
If I can make one comment, Rebecca noticed that on here where it says meeting adjourned, that wasn't changed to her as President Pro Tem Rebecca Burns. So I'll be
Uh-huh.
changing that.
Okay,
Okay?
Where are you?
thank you.
It just shows meeting adjourned by Mayor Martin at 5 p.m. and
Oh,
All right,
thank
all right.
you. I did it on the phone then.
that's it.
'Cause
I'm the president.
Yeah,
Okay, so who made the motion first?
David and then Tom.
Okay.
Vote, please.
Sorry, I smell bacon.
Tom?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Rebecca?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Bless you.
Bless you. And I understand there was a very productive, informative meeting that I missed. I missed all the good ones. And I would just, well, the newspaper man's not here, but I'd like to, I want everybody to know how hard this committee has been working on this and debating, discussing. And that's what you all do. You discuss all types of options. Courtney, especially outside the box, and that's good. That's very good. I think I'd like to thank you all for a very good job. Well done.
I would offer a comment.
All right.
On the minutes that we approved, it says, also at the pleasure of the village, Brian can be, oh, wait a minute, above that.
Okay.
To update Brian Artage's contract to state that if, I think we have to say if he separates. It's,
Look at your contract on your resolution, though. Behind here, you guys have attached
Okay.
a contract
Yeah.
back here.
I'm not challenging that.
He's challenging the
Oh,
minutes.
in the minutes.
Yeah.
Challenging the
We need to
wording.
change one word
If.
from
We should
is to
have
if.
in
Is
there.
to if.
I had a fight the other night about shall and will, and finally I got it.
That if he separates.
Okay, I got mine corrected.
Okay.
I think it's a typing error.
Whoever typed
That'd
that,
be me.
that'd be
Take
bad.
full responsibility,
All right.
along with my other
So
50 million.
thank you. So thank you all for that. Now, ordinances and resolutions. I trust that you all know what this resolution is about. It's simply to Brian's, when we originally hired him, we hired him for a certain length of time under a contract, and this is a resolution to extend that contract. There has been some language put in the contract, I believe. I'd have to check with Courtney to make sure.
Just read it over. I would like for you guys
But-
to read it first.
But there has been some language put in there to kind of protect the village and to protect Brian, so we can be fair about his employment in this contract. So if you want a minute to read it, that's fine. If you have any questions, that will be fine.
Yes.
So this was approved by Mark?
Yes.
That's
It was. Yep. Because he attached it in here.
I do like about the village
Yeah.
30-day notice there, Bill, for case there's something happens.
1, 2, 3, yeah. I'm sorry, David.
On the 30 days notice, I like that, in case there would be something come, I'd give 30 days is a heck of a long time, we'd have to do something in case
Yeah.
he would find something,
Yeah.
or, but,
That's almost a requirement, because once he leaves, then she's got to tell the EPA,
okay.
and we've got 30 days
And work
that they work
To
with
find
us.
something,
Kind of
right.
thing, we discussed
So
that.
after 30 days,
Right.
then they'll be calling her.
Okay.
But it gives
So-
us time to find an alternative, but, so I think it's just fair for everybody that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's good language to have in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're all ready, I would like,
Motion to suspend the rules, please.
thank you, sir. Thank you. A second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you, ma'am. Vote.
Lowell,
Yes?
Tom,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Now I need a motion to place this on 1, 2, and 3 readings.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, thank you. Vote.
Lowell,
Yes?
Tom,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I need a motion to adopt Resolution 2018-24.
I'll make it.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Vote.
Lowell,
Yes?
Tom,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
and Becky.
Yes.
Thank you very much. With this resolution that you've all passed, the your utility committee has made sure that the village is covered as far as our requirements to the state of Ohio, and for it, you know, unless some freak thing shows up, that we're covered for the year. So that was the main thing, to make sure that we're covered water, wastewater, and we have the license in place, and they made sure of all that with the help of, what's her name there. So thank you all for that. Now, is there any other, we can do the round table thing. Does anybody want to say anything? Oh, you can, yes, you can.
Okay, so what you guys have here is a memo in front of you from the environmental engineering. I, of course, because of our time restraint here, you know, they deserve to have an answer of honesty of what's going on here at the village.
Yep.
And I spoke to Mr. Frank Leone and Mr. Steve Cantor in regards to kind of what I felt or what I thought you guys would be passing today, you know, and giving them both scenarios. I can't tell you how much, you know, it's been great to, you know, kind of talk to them and to have a firm that, you know, really is taking interest in the village. And I appreciate maybe their honesty and their loyalty, and, you know, that they're willing to, okay, that this didn't work out. And you know, again, all of us, we didn't know this was happening or unfolding until we actually spoke to the operator. So, I mean, moving forward, we didn't really have the idea that what direction we'd be in today, right?
Right.
So, and speaking to them, they still felt that, you know, there are some issues here at the village, and I think that's no surprise to any of us. That there are, you know, significant debt obligations that we are going to be in, and we are dealing with as far as loans. I think operating and improving maintenances and operations down here at the sewer plant, you know, not much we can do with the water, but to maybe save in utilities. Gathering warranties on equipments and system problems at the new plant, and making sure that we're holding people accountable, and maybe the, you know, things that haven't been kind of addressed and that maybe we don't have the experience of knowing what to do. They've offered, in this memo, they're offering that there are other things that we can help us with. I mean, this stuff's not going to go away, so I mean, it's not like we can just cover it up and, you know, say bye to it or return it. I mean, we can't return the water plant. We also talked about, you know, a big thing about revenue with water, you know, about the radio reads and getting new, you know, meters to residents. We also talked about replacements. I know Billy has talked about the water tower. Also grants and applications that I know was a big question for all of us, because there may not be a lot of experience that we do have to maybe gain money. Also the asset management, which is really a big thing that everybody needs to understand, that this is like something that needs to be done in October, and making sure we have the right people, you know, taking care of that. And also the old water plant. So all of this is in your memo from environmental engineering. Now, again, this kind of all unfolded today. You know, he went ahead and drew this memo up, saying that he is still willing to help. And, you know, I think it speaks words of magnitude of, you know, I think the direction that changed, that they're still willing to take care of it.
I got a question. On the water tower, is there any way we can actually apply for some kind of state grant, being that condition our water tower is in and how old it is?
Well, yeah, you can apply for any grant you want. It just all depends if you approve it or not.
Okay.
I mean, anything you can apply for.
Okay.
It's just that we know that there's not experience here, you know, that we have to do it. I mean, not to say that we wouldn't, and not to say that we can't, but you know, it's just finding that stuff. And then also with our loan stuff, you know, we all think, oh my gosh, there's a lot of loan payment on there. How do we get past that? You know, there's a lot that goes on. And basically all he's saying is that in this memo is that there could be something that you guys as council members, that there's a master contract. And basically it says that you don't pay for anything unless you actually want to go through with it. So they're presented to you guys kind of like a proposal of saying, you know, we can offer these items to you and helps, but you don't pay us unless you get the service.
Just out on an as-needed basis,
Yes.
which I think is wonderful, knowing that they're still there in our corner. But this is how we're going forward. They respect that.
Yes.
And I really appreciate everything that they're doing for the village.
Yeah, and I advise them, you know, of this kind of was unexpected, and it was. I mean, I think unexpected for everybody, you know, knowing what we did know and knowing what we're doing. They also, in here, and you know, again, I'm not putting anybody on the spot, it's just, I would like for everybody to kind of read this over, because they've actually offered to give assistance on backup. So again, you know, we talk about the what ifs, right? I mean, right now we all know that there's not license, you know, at the water or the sewer plant, and because we only have Brian. So they're offering to say, you know what, like, you know, if there's a backup and he wants to go on vacation or something happens, they're willing to be the backup for that. Again, we don't know if, you know, the current techs are going to be getting their license. That's a what if they pass the test. And again, these are all what ifs, but their what if is that, you know, we still have an interest, and I think that speaks magnitude of.
Yes, it does.
You know, to maybe say that, you know, hey, we're willing to, you know, stand in your corner. You know, they're an engineering firm as well. So environmental engineering, what do they have to offer? You
That's
know,
awesome.
What do they have to help us with?
Yeah.
And again, that's going to be your guys' decisions to.
Brian Ardledge had actually mentioned that, you know, if we decided not to go with them, that maybe they could a la carte some of their benefits to us. And then it's amazing, because a lot of people could have just got a bitter taste in their mouth and said goodbye, but it sounds like they're willing to a la carte almost all of their
Isn't that incredible that
stuff.
they still want to help with that?
So yeah, that's great. You've made a good relationship with them, and so good.
I think so.
She's that way.
It's great news.
She's that way. And it is good that they a la carte to us, and I'm agreeing with everything that she said, but they're in it to make money.
Yeah.
So, like everybody else, so in order to be fair to this community, I've been looking around at other people that want to a la carte, so that you people can decide which presents, for instance, ADR Engineering from Newark. They are a licensed to the state of Ohio engineering firm to do a water tower. Now, I didn't know you had to be a licensed engineer with the state of Ohio in order to design a water tower. So I'm going to ask permission from the chair of the utility committee. Who? You?
Rebecca.
I'm going to ask permission. A gentleman wants to come down to your next utility committee meeting and do a presentation. A presentation for the water tower and grants for streets and curbs and sidewalks.
And I think really from this point forward, at the last meeting we had that we just looked at the minutes, to me it showed with all of the decisions, instead of doing committee meetings, we're going to be doing work sessions.
Well, or works. I
Because
suggested
it
a work
was
session.
so valuable. I think everyone, with Courtney's figures and stuff, we could see where the challenges are. And with everybody being able to offer their own perspective, because none of these are going to be easy decisions that we're faced with. But I was so impressed with everybody's input, and because that's what we have to do, is look at every aspect to come up with what we feel is the best course of action for the village.
Right.
So it's going to be, and since water and wastewater, even though we may look at that, we see how it does affect the street fund. as far as a percentage of time. So from this point on, it will probably always be a work session. I feel that that
Yeah.
is more beneficial
Yeah,
to
I
the
agree.
village.
I agree. I just
But
didn't.
that would be
I
great
didn't
to
know-
have somebody to
Yeah.
talk about the water tower.
Yeah, and I just got off the phone with him a half hour ago, so I didn't know if you had proposed maybe another work session in another week or before our next council meeting. I didn't know. So I thought, well, I told him, I don't want him to, I didn't want to be rude, but I don't want him to come to a regular council meeting and take up 15 minutes of your time. So I said at a work session or a committee meeting, we don't care, it's casual. So, and I get this from her and her. They shop around. I've never seen so much shopping around in my life. So it's rubbing off on me.
It does feel that way.
So, yeah, like today. Sheesh.
Oh, it is.
Just buy something. You know, you kind of get that.
No.
You know, how many cans of soup can you look at? What's the difference in price? Just buy something. But I understand where they're coming from, and to be fair to this community, you know, we have to keep our eyes wide open for these, and the reason being, environmental engineering is not licensed to the state of Ohio to design a water tower. They would actually farm it out. And so now you got somebody else's hand taking money. So, and he puts up a good argument. Not that I'm not saying anything bad about these people. I mean, they've been over backwards, you know, to stay with us, which is great. But in all fairness to you six, who's got to decide these matters, whenever I'll tell him that when we have a work session, you'll give him 10 or 15 minutes.
Certainly.
So okay, I'm supposed to get back with him. The reason he called, I told her I probably shouldn't say anything, should I?
She's giving
So,
you the look.
I'm not going to say anything about a grocery store. So I don't know why I bring that up. So anyhow,
That's a man thing.
boy, I sure hope we get a grocery store here in the next few weeks purchased.
Good. Hope so.
Hope so.
Me too. Yeah, that'd be great.
And they do file, their specialty is grants. And I told them we're broke. Well, you know what? There's grants out there. For instance, we would declare that water tower an emergency. And that means that's a 100% grant. And that means that it goes through 2 or 3 times faster through the whole system than if it was just a regular grant for a water plant. Now, they have that knowledge, so that tells me something. Because I understand our water tower is in horrible condition, and I think we may have given him some literature where the engineer or somebody said that. IBI, somebody said it, put it on print.
Bill, a couple years ago, and Lowell and I remember this, they sandblasted that, and there was rust spots where they had to put metal plates.
I remember the pictures
Remember
we
the
were shown.
pictures? We had that, and we're in definitely great need of one.
So he's going to make that presentation to you all
Great.
at a work session, and you guys can shuffle the cards out and deal them the way you like. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
But they are licensed, I just,
Pardon?
the environmental engineering is licensed.
With the state of Ohio to
Yeah.
design a water tower? Okay, well then we got conflicting reports there. I'm not going to say any more. I just know that they wasn't, I was told they wasn't on the list.
Just stop yourself.
Yeah, shut up, Billy.
Well, I'm saying, well, licensed. I mean, it might be different with projects.
Okay.
You say EES is?
Pardon?
They're licensed with the state of Ohio.
To design a water tower.
Yes. To
Okay.
design a water tower, yes, for all engineering in Ohio.
Okay.
You know what they do?
Texas from
They
the
find
president.
somebody that can design one and they hire them and we're on our way.
But we deserve it, and like what Billy's saying is, you know, like, I don't want to use a term that, you know, and I guess that's what we're in for. The best price and the best practice is what's going to have to be. I mean, there's going to be no question. But again, when you come with that, you still have that side of you pay for what you get, and we all have to.
Yep.
We had talked to,
you know,
Stivers and some of the other representatives, and you know, yeah, they have high hopes for us, but so does the wind.
I mean, because everybody's out to make a profit. We're out. I mean, think about it. I mean, you think of it as a village, but this village is out to make a profit. We're out to make revenue, profit, revenue, however you want to look at it. Everybody's out there to do something and to make something. I mean, we all have bills that pay. We all have things that, you know, are high. You know.
Yeah, we're just here to break even. We don't have to have a profit. Just as long as we break even, we're good.
Pay the
Cover our
bills.
debt.
Pay
Cover
the
our
bills.
debt.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody that's business owners.
Yes.
I mean, we have business owners here. We have, you know, people that,
We're usually happy to break even.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to. I mean,
Yeah.
you're out to make a little, I mean, you know, my husband being a farmer, you know, you think about it, like, you're out to make something.
Yeah.
Okay. Round table. You had your round
done.
table. You had your round table turn. Round table, anybody?
I want to say thank you
Reckon,
for
yep.
the work session. That was fantastic. We got a lot of stuff done. We saved a whole lot of time, a ton of time. And time is our enemy right now. And I think it was fantastic. Thank you.
Well, thank you for everybody for participating. I think that with the group, everyone individually has something valuable to offer, and that's where, you know, we all ran for council because we wanted to help the village, and we all have different perspectives, and I think that's what came out, and that's why I want to do, you know, as I said, it's not just water, wastewater. We see how it affects streets. We see how it affects, so it doesn't make sense just to have a water, wastewater, because we're seeing how streets are going to be affected. Work sessions, though, that can cover the multitude of it, and especially with everyone participating. I thought that was so beneficial, and like you said, it saved time, but we're able, I think we're all seeing the bigger picture of what are going to be some of the other issues that we have to address. And these are the type of things that, though with everyone's input and working together, I truly feel we can navigate through a very challenging time right now. And I just have complete confidence in this council and with Courtney and with our mayor that we can do this. And I feel grateful to have such a great team to work with through this.
Amen. Your turn.
The only question I had is, what was that resolution number?
Let's see. I gotta look.
18-24. I
Rebecca,
can start making you a packet if you want.
And
I had down that we were scheduling a finance meeting on next Tuesday at 3:30. That's still right?
That's correct, because it'll be another work session.
Of the whole council.
Yeah, I prefer that for everybody to participate.
I think I have that.
Tuesday at 3:30?
Yeah.
We've heard about that,
It really did
okay.
work out good.
Don't leave without
Yeah,
me seeing you.
community
Leave
center
today
meeting.
without me seeing you. I gotta talk to you about this
Okay.
spook house.
So it's on at 3:30.
Yeah, on at 3:30, and as I said, we're kind of finance, but you think that's numbers, and that's affecting. There was things that were brought up in our last work session. It's going to be a continuation of, I think, taking a look at the different funds. Finance, to me, is
Finance.
financial conditions. So yes, next Tuesday at 3:30.
Okay, because we have community center meeting at 7. My schedule's tight next week with
Is it? Are you going to be able to make that meeting, Lowell, at 3:30?
That's fine. I'm fine with it.
Okay, because I want to start scheduling, and if there's a conflict with someone, then I want to try to schedule where it's good for everybody, because I think it's important that everyone can attend if possible.
The only time I could never make it would be Wednesday when I got church board on Wednesday nights. That'd be about the only time.
I know, and we're between work and other obligations. I know it's sometimes hard to schedule these, but I want to continue forward as much as we can, so we'll just kind of take it meeting by meeting and try to schedule. I want to try to be consistent, but if something comes up where 2 people can't make it, I would like to try to change it so that everyone can make it if possible, because I
Yeah.
think everyone's contribution is very important.
Yeah.
I gotta give
As long as
Rebecca a
we-
compliment though, Bill.
Huh?
Rebecca here, her compliment. When we go in there,
Rebecca.
she is so done.
Sitting up here too.
And she,
Marsha,
she
Marsha,
wants
Marsha.
Go ahead.
and we get everything done. And I mean, we don't have time.
I've heard
We're right
that.
there, and all the facts are right there. And I'm
Well, that's
glad-
thanks to Courtney.
And Courtney too.
Yeah.
I gotta give her a little credit.
See, now the public knows that the ladies run the village.
Right, that's
That's the
what
way it is.
we have.
Yeah, we did the last time, but that's
I'll tell
important.
you what. I'll
Yeah,
do.
oh, I know, yeah, I'm not gonna do it the
Yeah.
last
All the
minute.
people.
Yeah.
No, we have to follow the
We'd
rules.
be-
Okay,
I thank God for them going out of their way.
is everybody done? Adjourned.
Adjourn.
Thank you all. Yes.
Now I'm gonna eat this giant buckeye.
I know.
I'm gonna take this thing home and rub it in there.
Oh, I wanted to sit. But I didn't think
Down there now.
You see it all gnawing away on the way.
Well, then I'd have to say something up to him.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill, let me tell you, he'll be down there.
Thank you, Becky. Becky.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Courtney, take her picture.
Well, here I go.
Thank
Do
you.
it. You're welcome. Let me shut
Thanks
this
for
off. Hold
the
on.
yummy.
Hold on.
Oh, you're
Wait,
welcome.
wait, till she shut up.
I was helping out Wacky Wanda. If any of you guys do need
Wacky, huh?
chocolates, Wanda, she's a local lady and she makes chocolates. She brought all kinds. She had a craft show just a